Hi there! If you're looking to gain better understanding of the essential building blocks that form the backbone of an effective and robust enterprise security program to combat against the relentless and ever-evolving landscape of cyber threats, then this video is for you. Hi, I'm Jimmy Dang with Curiosity, where security meets curiosity. Welcome to today's session on an overview of the key components of a security program and its organizational structure. We're going to explore how these components work together to protect an organization's assets, ensure compliance, and manage risk. Whether you're a business leader, IT or information security professional or practitioner, or just a security enthusiast, this overview will help you understand the fundamental aspects of an enterprise security program. So let's dive right in. So what we're looking at here is the hierarchical pyramid model that aligns business objectives with IT strategies and security measures, creating a cohesive framework working together to support the overall goals of the business. So let's dig deeper into each of these layers of the pyramid. Let's dig into the top of the pyramid, which is the business layer. The business mission and objectives define the strategic goals and aspirations of an organization. Now, these objectives provide the direction and purpose guiding all of the subsequent layers of the pyramid. They focus on what the organization aims to achieve in the marketplace, such as growth, customer satisfaction, innovation, or competitive advantage. The next layer that we see here is the IT strategy. Having a comprehensive IT strategy is crucial. It supports and enables the business to achieve its objectives. This strategy outlines how technology will be utilized to support and achieve the business objectives. It involves planning and implementing IT initiatives that aligns with the business strategic directions. This also includes infrastructure development, system integration, and also the adoption of emerging technologies such as blockchains, artificial intelligence, and Internet of Things, for example. The next layer down is the security program. Having a comprehensive, cohesive, and holistic enterprise security program is essential to protecting the IT infrastructure, information systems, and information. The program ensures that all IT activities are conducted securely, mitigating risk, and safeguarding the organization's asset. Now, the security program includes policies, procedures, and the technologies that are designed to prevent, detect, and also respond to security threats. We're going to dive into the security components in the next few slides. The next layer down is governance. Effective governance is the backbone of the pyramid, ensuring that all activities are aligned with the organization's objectives and also they are conducted in a controlled manner. Governance framework provides the necessary structure and oversight to manage the IT strategy and the security program. This includes establishing the roles and responsibilities, decision-making processes, and as well as performance monitoring. Next layer down is risk management. Cyber risk is business risk. Therefore, managing cyber risk along with other risks is critical to the success of the organization. Risk management involves identifying, assessing, and mitigating potential threats that could impact the organization's ability to achieve its objectives. Proactively managing risk helps minimize the impact of unforeseen events and ensures continuity in operations. Next down is compliance. Compliance ensures that the organization adheres to relevant policies, laws, regulations, and as well as industry standards. It is critically important to maintain the organization's reputation and avoid any legal penalties. Compliance efforts include regular audits, both internally and externally, as well as adhering to regulatory requirements and implementing the policies and standards. And finally, at the base of this pyramid are the policies that provide the foundation for all the layers above. These policies establish the rules and guidelines for how the organization operates, ensuring consistency and alignment with the overall objectives. Now, this hierarchical pyramid model illustrates the structured approach to achieving business objectives through aligned IT strategies, comprehensive security programs, effective governance, holistic risk management, adherence to compliance requirements, and well-defined policies. There are two more crucial components to complete the model to ensure cohesive alignments across all these functions to achieve the business shared objectives. The first, we have here what we call the traceability and transparency of risk-based decisions. From top down, every decision and associated risk should be clear and understandable. Having this transparency ensures that all the stakeholders in all of these layers can see how the decisions are made, why specific risks are prioritized, and how they are managed. This helps build trust and also accountability throughout the organizations. Followed by what we call the organization-wide risk awareness. Every member of the organizations, ideally, regardless of their position, should be aware of the risk and how they are being addressed. Now, we know that this is not practical. Access is limited to on a need-to-know basis. This comprehensive risk awareness ensures that everyone understands the potential impacts of risk on the business objectives, IT strategy, as well as the security program, and etc. Having this organization-wide risk awareness structure in place cultivates and fosters a culture of proactive risk management and informed risk decision-making across all levels of the organization. The second component here is the integrations, communication, and feedback loop. Now, going up this pyramid, it is essential that all levels are tightly integrated and there is cohesive communication at every level here. This ensures that the entire organization works in unison towards common objectives. Now, starting with the integration communication piece, seamless integration and clear communication channels are crucial across all levels, as I mentioned earlier, from business objectives down to the policies. This alignment helps in smooth execution of strategies and also effective response to any issues that arise. Decisions are not and should not be made in a vacuum, right? So the next level that we're looking at here is the feedback loop for continuous improvement. Having a robust feedback loop that flows upward from the bottom to the top is critical for continuous improvement and also course correction. This allows insights, experiences, and feedback from every level. By embedding these two last components into the pyramid structure, the organization can ensure a dynamic and responsive approach to achieving its business and security objectives. Now that we have covered the high-level overview of the pyramid model, let's demonstrate its practicality and application through an artificial intelligence use case. Now, imagine that we work for Acme FinTech. The C-suite and board are eager to implement real-time AI fraud detection capabilities to combat the increasing threat of payment scams. Our analysis reveals that the increasing sophistication of payment scams poses a significant threat to both our customers and our financial stability. By integrating cutting-edge AI capabilities into our products and services, we can enhance customer experiences, increase operational efficiency, and reduce financial losses. Now let's start with the business objective here. Our business objective is to implement an AI fraud detection system that can analyze vast amounts of transaction data in real time, identify suspicious activities, and flag any potential fraud before it affects our customers. This proactive approach not only safeguards our customers' assets, but also strengthens their trust in our services and organization. Now, to achieve these objectives, we need to have a robust, comprehensive, and holistic IT strategy that supports the development and deployment of this trustworthy and resilient AI solution. This strategy includes these critical elements, but this is not an exhaustive list here. We're looking at the infrastructure development. First, we're looking at the infrastructure development, building out scalable, high-performance computing environments to support AI training and inferences. And also the next layer is the data management, ensuring access to large, high-quality data sets necessary for training of our AI models. The integration piece, it's seamlessly integrating AI capabilities into existing systems and workflows. And finally, innovation, continuously exploring new AI techniques and applications to maintain our competitive edge. That is a high-level IT strategy. Next, we have a security program. The deployment of AI solutions must be supported by a comprehensive, holistic enterprise security program. As we mentioned earlier, this program ensures that our AI products and services are secure, trustworthy, and resilient. Now, the key components of the security programs include data security that we talked about, data security, protecting sensitive data used in AI training and also in operations through encryption, access controls, and data masking techniques. We have the model security, implementing measures to secure AI models from adversarial attacks and tampering. Also, we have the operational security, ensuring the secure deployment and maintenance of AI systems, including security assessments and incident response plans. Next, we have the governance structure. Effective governance is crucial to align our security program with business and IT objectives. Governance frameworks provide the structure and processes needed to ensure 1. Accountability, 2. Manage risk, and 3. Achieve compliance. This includes leadership and oversight, establishing data roles and responsibilities for managing AI and security initiatives, as well as 2. Performance monitoring, regularly assessing the effectiveness of AI and also the security practices and making necessary adjustments as needed. Next up, we have risk management. Incorporating AI into our operations introduces new risks that must be proactively managed. Our risk management approach focuses on 1. Risk identification, continuously identifying potential threats to our AI systems, including data breaches, model bias, and hallucination. 2. Risk assessment, evaluating the likelihood and impact of identified risks to prioritize mitigation efforts. And 3. Risk mitigation, implementing controls to reduce risk exposure, such as regular security audits, robust control access, and the bias detection mechanisms. And next, compliance. As we mentioned earlier, compliance with regulatory requirements and industry standards is essential to avoid any legal penalties and maintain customer trust. Our compliance efforts include regulatory adherence, ensuring Our AI solutions meet all legal requirements, protecting both our organization and our customers. Next, audit and reporting, conducting regular compliance audits and reporting findings to relevant stakeholders to maintain transparency and accountability. And finally, we have policy. Well-defined policies provide the foundation for our security program, risk management, and compliance efforts. These policies outline the principles and practices, for example, data handling, guidelines for data collection, storage, processing, and sharing to ensure data integrity and confidentiality. Access management, policies governing the use of access to AI systems and data, enforcing the principle of least privilege. And finally, incident response, procedures for detecting, responding to, and recovering from security incidents to minimize impact and restore normal operations quickly. In conclusion, what we're looking at here is the scenario that illustrates how aligning the business objectives to strategy to security measures through a hierarchical pyramid model can help achieve practical and impactful results in combating payment fraud using AI technologies while protecting our assets and maintaining the trust of the customers and stakeholders. Okay, having established the hierarchical pyramid model, which we mentioned earlier, aligns our business objectives with IT objectives and also the security framework, let's now delve into the key components and organizational structure of the security program. This structure is crucial for ensuring comprehensive protection and effective risk management across the organization. We begin with the first major component, governance and program management. Governance, as we mentioned earlier, this component encompasses several critical components. The first we're looking at here is risk, identifying, assessing, and mitigating risk to protecting the organization's asset and operations. The next, compliance, assuring adherence to laws, regulations, and industry standards to avoid any illegals, penalties, and also to maintain good reputations. Policy, establishing and enforcing rules and guidelines that govern organizational behavior and processes. Training and awareness, educating employees about security policies, procedures, and best practices to foster security-conscious culture. Business continuity and disaster recovery, planning and preparing to ensure that the critical business functions can continue during and after a disaster. Third party, managing risk associated with third-party vendors and partners to protect the organizations from external vulnerabilities. Now, the next one we're looking at here is the infrastructure and the data protection components here. These essential components focus on safeguarding critical assets and ensuring resilience of the IT infrastructure. It encompasses vulnerability management, proactively identifies, prioritize, and mitigate vulnerabilities across the systems and networks to prevent exploitations. Next up is data security. Implement measures to protect sensitive information through encryption, access controls, and data masking that we talked about earlier to ensure confidentiality, integrity, and availability of the data. Next, the application security ensures that software applications are secure throughout their life cycle, from development to deployment, through secure coding practices, testing, and continuous monitoring. Next, platform security ensures that the underlying platforms such as operating systems, cloud environments, and virtualization layers against unauthorized access and cyber threats. And finally, we have here the change management and patch management process in place to manage any type of changes or patch to IT systems and infrastructure in a controlled and systematic manner to minimize disruption and ensure security and compliance. Next up, we have the identity and access management that ensures the right individuals have the appropriate access to resources at the right time. The key components include access management, controls access permissions based on user roles and responsibilities, enforcing the principle of least privilege to reduce the risk of unauthorized access. Next up is user provisioning, streamlining the process of granting and managing user access to IT resources, ensuring efficiency and security throughout the user lifecycle. Next up is the privileged access management, secures administrative and privileged accounts with stringent controls, monitoring, and auditing to prevent misuse and unauthorized actions. And finally, we have authentications, authorizations, and assurance. Verifies users' identities through multi-factor authentication, or known as MFA, and determines their entitlements based on defined policies and roles, ensuring secure and appropriate access to resources. Now, IAM plays a pivotal role in maintaining security, compliance, and operational efficiency by effectively managing digital identities and access rights across the enterprise. Security operations focuses on maintaining the security posture of an organization through proactive monitoring, rapid incident response, and continuous improvement. Some of the key components include vulnerability assessment. Vulnerability and assessment regularly identifies and assesses vulnerabilities in systems and applications to prioritize and mitigate risk effectively. Next, we have penetration testing. Simulate real-world attacks to evaluate the effectiveness of security controls and identify weaknesses that could be exploited by adversaries. Next, monitoring and detection utilizes advanced tools and techniques to monitor networks and systems for suspicious activities and potential security incidents in real time. We have incident response. This is to implement predefined processes to promptly respond to security incidents, minimize impacts, and restore normal operations while preserving evidence for analysis. And you have threat hunting here. Threat hunting proactively searches for signs of compromise or malicious activities or potential threats within the network that may evade traditional security measures. And finally, we have blue teaming and red teaming. Engages in simulated adversary exercises, which is the red team, to test defenses and response capabilities, while the blue team defends and responds to these simulated attacks, fostering collaborations and improvement. Security operations plays a critical role in protecting the organization's assets, ensuring resilience against cyber threats, and maintaining trust with the customers and stakeholders. And finally, at the base of the structure, supporting every layer above is the critical foundation of key performance indicators known as KPIs, reports, and metrics. These tools support and enable the entire structure. They support 1. Informed decision making. 2. Performance monitoring. 3. Accountability and transparency. And 4. Continuous improvement. Now let's touch on the first one first, which is key performance indicators. KPIs are specific metrics that directly tied to the success of our business objectives and security strategies. They provide a focused view on the most critical aspects of the security program, highlighting areas that require attention and improvements. Now, KPIs help in prioritizing efforts and resources to achieve optimal security programs or outcomes. Now, next up, we have metrics. Metrics are quantifiable measures that track the performance and effectiveness of various security controls and processes. By analyzing these metrics, we can identify trends, measure progress, and detect deviations, from expected performance. Metrics helps in assessing the health of the security program and ensuring that it aligns with the organizational goals. Finally, reports. Reports enables stakeholders to understand ongoing activities, identify potential issues, and make informed decisions. They ensure transparency and accountability at all levels of the organizations. Now let's talk about the reporting structure a little bit. As you can see here, the infrastructure and data protection, the identity and access management, we have the security operations. Normally they report up to the IT security manager in most organizations. And next up here, we have the Chief Information Security Officer, also the CISO. The IT security managers report up to the CISO, and the CISO would have visibility or responsibilities over these three structures, as well as the GOC and program management. Next up, we have the CIO. Now, the IT security managers and also the CISO report up to the CIO, or sometimes CTO as well, in this structure. And of course, the CIO or the CTO have responsibility over all of these four structures. There are instances where the CISO may report up to the CRO, which is the Chief Risk Officer, which is outside of the IT structure. And finally, all of these roles here would report up to some type of leadership and oversight committee. They usually consist of board members or executives leadership across the organization. They provide direction and guidance and resources for the entire organization. Now, there you have it. There are 4 or 5 key components to this cybersecurity enterprise program, as well as the reporting structure. So we have covered the security program overview and also the components and its organizational structure. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you find it insightful and informative. If you like this content, please subscribe to Curiosity, where security meets curiosity. Your support inspires and encourages me to continue creating these videos and sharing knowledge. Until next time, keep learning, stay secure, and stay curious.